Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Today I'm chatting to someone who is very close to my heart. It's Sister Johara Hassem from the online academy. She runs the Jewels of the Mind. And welcome, Johara. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Yasmin. I'm so excited for our conversation. I
I know.
posted up in the gram about how you and we don't have these surface level conversations. It's always really deep, heart to heart, soul to soul. So I'm sure today isn't going to be any different.
I mean, let's hope so. I don't know. Like I said this earlier, I seem to be tongue twisted today. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think it's the excitement of having you on board. Let's see.
Alhamdulillah. I think it's going to flow when it's you and I. We have our conversations in the car for hours on end, sitting around, just being in each other's space. I think the conversation will flow, inshallah. It's a
Mean.
different environment. You and we've never done this sort of
Yes.
interaction before, but I know that it's going to be so beneficial, inshallah.
No, exactly. Because when we were talking, my producer and I were talking, and she was like, let's do a wellness. And who would you get for wellness? She actually came to me and said, how about Johara Hassem? I'm like, yes, yes, actually, yes. I know her pretty well, so I can get in touch with her. And yeah, so let's make this happen. Can you share with us what motivated your transition from media broadcasting to coaching, and how has this journey influenced your practice today? Let's ask that question.
Wow, it's been quite a road, alhamdulillah. And I was in media for a very, very long time without ever having an intention of moving from media to do anything else. But I suppose the main influencer for me was when I saw the direct impact I could make with coaching and reaching people in this kind of way. I was, in fact, doing my coaching course while I was working at a media broadcasting house. And I reached a point where I needed to decide whether to invest in my practice or whether to continue investing my time and my energy into something also really valuable. When I started seeing the transformation with people, with working one on one with them, it became a no brainer for me to make that kind of direct impact on a day to day basis. Because I have to let you in on a little secret. When I became a coach, my intention was never to work with people. Everything that I do with an intention to facilitate or enable me being a better mother or a better wife or better
Awesome.
daughter. And that was my intention with coaching as well. It was never to be this coach and to run a business. It was about facilitating healing and growth in my own
Oh,
personal life. And when I realized, whoa, this is something else, it felt selfish to keep it to myself and not be able to offer it to people.
wow. Yes, I know that. I know that that's a personal journey that you've had. And how has the coaching actually impacted you? Like you
I
just brought that up. So I want to know because you light up when you say that.
Thank you for recognizing that. It's difficult to put into a single sentence or a single word, but I can only say that it's been absolutely transformative in my life. And it wasn't just a single experience of coaching. For me, healing, personal growth, development, emotional wellness is a lifestyle. Just like Islam and our deen is a way of life, when you realize the significance and the value in making these choices every single day, it becomes part of your lifestyle. So it wasn't just the coaching course that I did that transformed my life. It was the way that I evolved in doing the after doing the coaching course, working with clients, the way that I learned from them, then the series of learnings that have happened after that as well, that have truly shaped and reshaped the way that I think, the way that I behave, transformed the way that I engage with people, manage myself, manage my emotions. So it has been quite life changing.
Oh, mashallah, well done. And well done for sharing that because, yes, we all juggle with life, right? We do. And we sometimes don't know how to handle it. And we do need the coach. I know you tell me this all the time. We need to debrief, we need to sit down, you need to talk. And something that I want to bring up is the emotional health, the trauma healing, and the nervous system integration. How do you approach these areas on your one on one coaching or online for that matter in your academy?
So when it comes to a one-on-one client, it's very different to the academy. With my one-on-one client, it's very tailored to their specific needs. So if they need nervous system integration, if they have trauma healing, I'm going to dedicate my approach to their needs. And that comes through truly connecting with them, through listening to what it is that they need from our sessions. And one of the things that has been quite incredible is with COVID, a lot of my coaching dynamic had to change because I needed to allow myself to be flexible and more in the online space so that I wouldn't limit myself, because for a long time we weren't allowed to have these, face-to-face interactions. And you realize that we are still at an advantage because body language, eye contact, just watching a person talk and listening to the tone of their voices is so important. And all of those things are the things that I take into account when I am approaching a healing methodology or facilitating some therapeutic intervention with a client. And when it comes to the academy is a lot more broad spectrum because we are not dealing with a specific niche problem like I would with a one-on-one client. So I look at healing, personal development, emotional wellness, emotional thriving at large, based on the experiences that I've had for the past 7 years with clients, and based on the commonalities and the things that I have seen brought to my offices and to my online coaching, most frequently one-on-one, and then sort of not generalizing it and watering it down, but looking for these common areas and what are the common healing approaches, what are the common misconceptions, what are the common tools that will allow them to see successes that have worked with my clients. And that's how I gauge how to extract experiences from my one-on-one clients, successful methodologies, and use it in a broader spectrum of the academy.
And that's where the online comes in, of course, right?
That's where the academy comes in. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, shukr. So that's like really amazing. When we get back from the break, we'll continue chatting, and then we'll chat to one of your clients. I think we have Munira online, but yeah, we'll chat together. I look forward to that when we get back from the break.
Joining hands, Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
When the perfect blend of stylish decor, exquisite halal cuisine, and warm hospitality come together, it could only mean Al Bayt Lodge, your true home away from home. Al Bayt is the ideal heaven for families, business people, and tourists, with its 4-star family rooms and other luxurious facilities. Conveniently situated close to Port Elizabeth Airport, the beach, and other amenities, your stay will be truly unforgettable, as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Al Bayt has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albaytlodge.co.za. After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
We are here on the ground with Penny Appeal organizations in Gaza.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. I'm Yasmin KT and we are hosting a show called Half-Hour Horizons, and I'm chatting to an amazing person, Johara Hassem. She is a trauma-informed coach on transforming lives by cultivating positive change, a wife, a mother, a student of Deen, and a coach running a practice and an online academy. Welcome back, Johara. And I see we have Munira online as well. Hi, Munira. Assalamu alaikum, Munira. Just so that we have you. You are one of Munira's clients, correct? Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? We didn't do a sound check
Yes, I
before.
can.
Can you? Okay, great stuff. So I don't know who to go. Who do I chat to first? I'm so excited. I'm going to go with Johara. Before we get into it, I know you talk a lot about journaling and how important journaling is. And I think Munira will also understand this because we all do this journaling exercise that Johara talks about. Do you want to share more with our listeners about journaling and how important it is? Johara.
Oh, I can talk about journaling for hours, but I'm going to make it really brief, okay? So our brain has a system that confirms everything we tell it, right? So if I have to say, oh, I'm going to have a really bad day today, my brain is going to say, yes, you are. And then my brain is going to look around for all of the proof to confirm what a bad day I'm going to have. So one of the ways I really love to journal is gratitude journaling. There's honestly so many ways that we can journal. Many people like to journal to decompress their thoughts, to create goals and action plans for themselves. But I feel a sustainable way to journal that really impacts our mental and emotional wealth is gratitude journaling. And obviously, we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that when we are grateful, He will increase us. So the idea behind gratitude journaling is a simple practice of being grateful for simple things, because our brain then goes out throughout the day to look for more things to be grateful for, to confirm what you've already said, and to keep collecting data about the things that you are grateful for.
Grateful for.
So that's fantastic. Gratitude journaling is really a fantastic practice that I like to do for myself and encourage for my clients. But there are also more niched journaling practices or journaling prompts that I do on a month-to-month or occasional basis that is more thought-provoking, and that's something that I do in the academy as well. I send out some clarity questions at the end of our sessions, and I post them up on our academy to instigate deeper thought, because our answers are going to be different. Our experiences are going to be different. But when we have these prompts to allow us to open our thoughts and our minds, we get a deeper sense of who we are and a better understanding of ourselves and our needs and what it is we want and how we can move forward.
Oh, wow. MashaAllah. And I'm going to go to Munira now. I know you've done some journaling. I know. Do you want to share how the journaling has helped your journey?
So I think a lot of it has to do with just understanding your thoughts, right? Understanding the thought process that goes into it. Because when you start on this journey, you don't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. So it starts from as simple as, what has my day been like? And then assessing the emotions attached to the actions throughout the day. That allows you the opportunity to think back, to reflect on what the day looked like. And like Johara said, then to actually show your gratitude as to where you're going, what you experienced, how it played out. Because I think what happens a lot of the time is that we internalize these emotions and we don't know what we're feeling.
Mhm.
until we're able to write it down, look at it, and then assess from it, assess it objectively. I think that's the most important thing. So, and that's how it's helped me. Is it started as, this is what my day looked like, this is how I felt throughout the day, and now it's extended to, this is how I want my day to pan out, these are the intentions I'm setting for my day, this is what I'm grateful for. And a beautiful thing that I saw online was a dua journal. You know, what am I asking for? How am I asking for it? Where am I at in my own life to receive what I'm asking for? And your journaling changes as you change, as you grow. And it's been incredible on my own journey.
Okay. And how would you
I
describe a participate? Sorry, Joey, you were going to say something. Johara, you're going to mention something?
want to just interject there and say how you can see that Munira is a very reflective person,
Yes.
because she uses her journaling to look at patterns in the way that she feels, in the way that she thinks, so that she can take action and create a different narrative for herself, which is really beautiful. And I think that comes with really being open to finding out about yourself, because some people are really closed off to that.
Yeah,
No, I think
absolutely.
that's very important. You have to be willing to go and dive in deep and go and find yourself and search for self. I think if you do not have that, it's going to be very difficult. And that's where you come in, Joey, where you need to actually help Johara, where you actually need to help guide these people out of this.
And that's what I always say. I let my clients know from the beginning. I am not, and Munira might probably know this off by heart. As your coach, I am not here to give you advice or tell you what to do, but I'm facilitating a process for
Yes.
you,
Mm,
because you inherently already have the answers. And it's me using my skills to help you uncover those answers.
Yeah. The fact that you
beautiful.
registered already shows that you're looking for something, right?
Mm,
So
mm,
so you already know something's off. You already know you're either self-sabotaging or your patterns off, or something needs to change. And you know, our favorite line for this year is, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yes.
So you're
mm.
probably registering for some form of coaching or for some form of therapy because you know something needs to change.
Perfect. And how has it impacted you, Munira?
I think so I started with traditional therapy, going to a
Mhm.
psychologist or CBT, and you know, they give you the tools and they tell you what to do, and they see behavior that needs to change. But what they don't find is the root cause of that. And that was the big difference for when I joined Chara. Was I said, I'm told that I need to do these things, but I don't understand it. I don't understand why I behave in a certain way. Um, and that helped me delve further into who I want to be, what needs to change, or who I need to change to become that person, and where I really come from. Acceptance of that, of where I come from, I think is a big thing as well, because you can't go forward if you don't understand and accept who you are and understand that you're no longer that person. And so it's helped not just in who I am as a parent, but as a business owner, as a friend, as a sister. It also helps me in discerning what's good for me and what's not.
And that's your perspective on how coaching has helped you.
Sorry, I lost you there, Yasmin.
Sorry, can you? And that's how coaching has helped you
Yes.
from your perspective. It's helped you to find yourself. I know we're constantly evolving. We talk about that. We talk about that. We're not the same person. In the second we were, like now I've learned something new, so I'm not the same person I was before I started speaking to any of yous, so it's very important to know that we are constantly evolving. And Johara, I know you speak a lot about the evolution of self as well as the inner child. Can you tell me more about the inner child work? Let's touch on that.
Oh, inner child work is my favorite work. So many of
And
us
the most
grow.
difficult one.
Yes, it is. Thank you for keeping it real. So many of us don't have our basic needs met as a child. The need of being seen, heard, understood. Sometimes there are people who have been emotionally neglected, physically abused. Sometimes it just comes from parents not being able to connect, and develop a strong attachment style with their child that creates fragments in a person's developing personality. And what that happens, how that translates into adulthood is when we confront behaviors or tendencies that are unlike our personality, our adult personality, we realize that those outbursts and behavioral traits stem from these unmet needs as a child. And the way to repair it is simply through inner child work. Because we all have these desires to progress and to heal, but we treat ourselves so harshly. And in treating ourselves so harshly, we are not allowing ourselves to heal and move forward. So, inner child work understands what inherent needs were not met during the foundational phases or years of our lives, and seeking to meet it, but not extending to other people and saying, okay, my husband or my children, my parents need to meet those needs. It's about me fulfilling those needs for myself to enrich and nourish my own self, so that I'm not having these crazy outbursts, so that I'm not withdrawing when I'm feeling overwhelmed, so that I'm allowing myself the premise and the foundation to feel safe and secure, because I have understood the fragments and those initial wounds that have needed addressing, and I'm working with that.
Beautifully said. And when we come back from the break, we'll touch more into that. I like that concept, because as women, I'm saying this because I'm a woman, and we find it very difficult to separate that, because we are going always to, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a wife. We take all that aspects, and then we take it away from self and our inner child. We're more focused on what our partners want or our children want, So when we get back from the break, let's touch on that. Jazakallah.
Day. This is Salam Media.
Help Africa Muslims Agency to bring warmth to the people of Gaza, Afghanistan, and Lebanon. As snow falls in these regions, thousands of families in Gaza will be left out in the cold, while Palestinian and Syrian refugees and the poor struggle to survive with inadequate shelter. With your assistance, AMA can provide these families with heaters, stoves, fuel, blankets, and warm clothing for 4,000 Rand per rescue kit. Visit africamuslimsagency.co.za and donate now.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Salam Media, a global voice for humanity.
I am deeply, deeply disturbed at this forum that is going to happen, and that South Africa is going to host it. I'm deeply disturbed that our government cannot make the distinction between what one might call normal circumstances and extraordinary circumstances. I do not know what is more extraordinary in our world right now than the genocidal war that is continuing and that is ratcheting up itself every single day.
Dr. Alan Busak, he's an anti-apartheid activist.
This is Salam Media.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic Sharia and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Welcome back, and we're speaking to Johara Hassem from the Jewels of the Mind Academy, as well as one of our clients, Munira Barnes. We're having an interesting conversation here about the evolution of self. And Joey, do you want to just get back into that and share more on what we spoke about before we went to a break?
So you were saying, Yasmin, how as mothers, as wives, we are externalizing our efforts in a bid to maintain our families, to maintain our relationships. And I think that is so wonderful, that is so noble, that is our inherent fitra, that is our natural inclination to do that, right? We are nurturers, and that's wonderful. We have these different societal roles, and we also have these natural instinctual roles that we play and we fulfill. But I think so often it happens at the expense of the self. And so often we also completely neglect our inherent needs. And sometimes those needs are basic, like rest and eating. I was reflecting on how when I'm busy, if my husband doesn't say that he's hungry, I will forget to eat because I'm so busy doing my things that a simple thing like having breakfast or lunch is, not prioritized. And I think that's why inner child work is so important. But it's not just important for us women. I think inner child work lays the foundation of healing, because we are tending to the initial wounds, as well as finding ways to progress in our professional, emotional, financial selves, because so many financial wounds are based on inner child. Financial issues are based on inner child wounds, or relational issues are based on inner child wounds. So having that good foundation with a regulated nervous system propels us forward.
Only a woman thing, but like I was just speaking from the perspective of me being a woman. And yeah, you're so right. I know you also speak a lot about coming from about abuse. Do you want to share more on that, Johara?
I would love to share more about what specifically would you like. So being exposed to abuse,
yes.
From childhood, wires your nervous system, wires your thinking, and completely shatters your sense of safety in your foundation years. So that was the one part of domestic violence that I can shed light on. And then with that predisposition and pre-exposure to domestic violence, it's easy for anyone to take those patterns of thinking, those patterns of behavior into any future relationship as the perpetrator and as the victim. Because the perpetrator will have a certain thinking and understanding that, okay, this is okay behavior because this is what I witnessed growing up.
But yes, back to that inner child, right?
Correct.
Right.
And for the victim as well, there's so many layered things that happen for victims. On the one hand, growing up in an environment where domestic violence was prevalent, or a child was exposed to domestic violence, it wires their nervous system to feel unsafe in certain environments. So whatever is familiar, our brain is going to consider safe. So in my experience, and I don't think I've really shared this publicly before, but in my experience,
you don't have to.
I'm fine to. In my experience, safety was unfamiliar to me. and therefore considered unsafe. How crazy is that? Right? And because of the safety and this love and this nurturing environment that was so unfamiliar compared to my parental home, you start to question everything and almost instigate things that may not have been there. Right?
Wow.
So domestic violence is so layered, and that's why it's difficult to really say that all domestic violence cases are the same. So when I
I
work
agree
with
with you.
clients that have experienced domestic violence, I want to understand it holistically because their experience may be completely different to mine, right? Or it may be similar to mine. But domestic violence is very layered, and to heal from it is so possible if you create that safety in your nervous system to begin with. And safety, I think, is probably the fundamental aspect of healing when it comes to any kind of abuse.
100%. I think safety on the whole, not just in an abusive relationship, feeling safe within yourself as well. And that's something we haven't, you just brought up now, and that's got me thinking, how safe do we think we really are, as in from self, you've got me reflecting on that now. I'm going to angle a question to Munira now. Munira, what can you discuss, or what specific techniques or tools from Jewels of the Mind that's been instrumental and that you've picked up and that you can share with our listeners?
I think the inner journey, there's a period between something happening to you and your reaction to it. That pause is so important, and we've learned it very recently. Being slower to your reaction, number one, is important. Recognizing your and of course it comes with the work that we've done. Recognizing your own emotions is important, but also being gentler with yourself. I think that's a big thing. Is we have these negative emotions, we want to express these negative emotions, we feel guilty for expressing the negative emotions, and what it's taught me is that it's okay.
Joey, Johara, you're gonna say something?
And for feeling those negative emotions, we feel guilty for feeling them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you do
And
continue.
it's
I have
healthy. And it's healthy, right? And my go-to emotion was always anger. And Johara would say, what's under the anger? What's beneath the anger? Because the reaction is angry, but there's an emotion beneath that. And it was recognizing that actually helped on the journey. And it's work, it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of tears, but it helps you to self-love. I think that's the important thing. It's the ability to recognize that little girl that's there deserves and needs that love, and it's okay. And when you have a daughter and you can love your daughter in that same way, and you can give your daughter those emotions, but you've given yourself those emotions too, is a game changer.
Wow.
Because you are softer in yourself, with yourself, and you are more understanding of those people around you.
Wow.
It changes your life.
Thank you so much, Munira, for sharing that. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Those were insightful words. And to end off, Joey, thank you. I know I'm calling you Joey because we've got a relationship. But yeah, to end off, Johara, can you share more about if people want to get in touch with you? How do they connect with you?
Great. That's a great question. So my website will be the most concise place to be able to read up about my services, join the academy, or book one-on-one sessions, and that is joharahassem.co.za. There's blog posts there. There are previous interviews on radio stations. This one will be uploaded as soon as I have the link. So there's a ton of resources there. And that would be the best place. Or you can follow me on social media on Instagram at Johara_Hassem. And my objective is to serve. My objective is to bring emotional healing strategies and tools to the fore and make it accessible affordably, right?
Mm.
So that's my goal with the academy, inshallah. And if you want to get hold of me, drop me a DM on Instagram, send me an email. You'll find all of the information on my website, joharahassem.co.za.
Jazakallah so much to both you beautiful ladies and for sharing. I know we could go on. I would like to take this conversation after the show, but yeah, we'll touch base soon, inshallah. Jazakallah so much for your time. And yeah, thank you, listeners, for joining in today. That's about all the time we have for today. I want to thank our sponsors, the Wellness Loft, Amina Ali, for sponsoring our airtime for, I think it was the Sisters in Deen. NPO, as well as to Dr. Daniel Hollander for taking out the time and discussing more about his cause of those who can struggle. You can check out the links. We'll share it on our social media platforms. Jazakallah so much for your time. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.